Hey, my wife and I just got back from a 10-day trip to Israel, and I want to share my key takeaway with you in your morning cup of inspiration. Thanks for joining me. We were there for 10 days. We've been home a couple days now, so we've had a little time to reflect, a little time to think about it. And I would have to say, if I could choose one thing that I walked away from that trip, it would be Jesus is real. And he's the same yesterday, today, and forever. I was thinking about it as we were on the Mount of Beatitudes, which was the hillside overlooking the Sea of Galilee, which potentially was where Jesus actually preached the Sermon on the Mount. And the Beatitudes, of course, are in that. And as we sat on that hillside and read through those 3 chapters of the Sermon on the Mount, I realized that everything that was spoken by Jesus at that time is just applicable to us today as it was 2,000 years ago. We went on down to the Sea of Galilee. We actually went to the spot on the shore where Peter's house was. We also took a boat out and kind of thought about that same body of water where Jesus walked on the water, did so many miracles in that area. And I realized the same Jesus does miracles for us today. The miracles he did back then were to build faith and to build hope and to teach. And he does the same thing today. He provides miracles in our lives to increase our faith and to help us learn and to help us grow. We went on many other places, but let me just say, the Western Wall, which is the one wall remaining from the temple. The temple was the holy place where Jesus' presence was. So thousands of people from all over the world go to that wall. They call it the Wailing Wall, where people go to pray and they put prayer requests and lists of prayers in the wall. And the sense is that you can get no closer to God than that, because it's right where the temple was. It's right where God's presence was felt. And I, of course, realized we don't have to be at that Wailing Wall to sense and know God's presence. We can have that same presence through the Holy Spirit in our lives today. Jesus is real. He does not change. He's just as he was back then, though in the Bible days. He can be just as real to you today. So think about that. You couldn't go on the trip with me. You couldn't experience what I experienced. But I promise you, if you allow the Holy Spirit, he will make Jesus real to you just as much as we felt him over in the Holy Land. So I pray that ministers to you. Thanks for joining me for that morning cup of inspiration, and we'll see you next time.